Shelley Parbs and Congressman Braley are longtime allies of working families, and I cannot think of two better people to speak today at this Workers' Memorial Ceremony. So with that, I'd like to introduce the President of the Hawkeye Labor Council, Shelley Parbs.
Hi everybody. Again, thanks for coming. Every year on April 28th, the unions of the AFL-CIO observe Workers' Memorial Day to remember those who have suffered and died on the job and to renew our efforts for safe workplaces. This year, the struggle continues to create good jobs in this country that are safe and healthy and to ensure the freedom of workers to form unions and through their unions to speak out and bargain for respect and a better future. It's time for our country to fulfill the promise of safe jobs for all. 4 decades ago, Congress passed the Occupational Safety and Health Act, promising every worker the right to a safe job. Unions and our allies have fought hard to make the promise a reality, winning protections that have made jobs safer, saved hundreds of thousands of lives, and prevented millions of workplace injuries and illnesses. But our work is not done. Many job hazards are unregulated and uncontrolled. Senator Harkin says, we also know that while most responsible companies make workers' safety a top priority, there are some unscrupulous employers that cut corners on safety to save costs. Unfortunately, when the negligence of these companies results in workers being killed on the job, the companies walk away with just a slap on the wrist. OSHA penalties are pitifully low. The average fine for a worker being killed on the job is just $5,000. We need real penalties to ensure that all employers have real incentives to comply with the law. These and other changes in the law are desperately overdue, which is why we need to build a grassroots movement to pass the America's Workers Act. I would like to read a poem called Memorial for Workers. This was first read on April 28th in 1995 by Mike Baird, Lodge 21, International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers. I write these words of honor for those who have gave their lives, and for their families, their husbands, and their wives, for those whose lives were spent doing what they must, working for a living like every one of us. Their time cut short by things that didn't have to be, to make the workplace safer for people like you and me, to make sure their stories will never go untold, to always keep their memories from ever growing cold. We must remember the price they all had to pay when we honor the men and women on Workers' Memorial Day. I would like to introduce Congressman Bruce Braley, who will read the list of the 53 individuals that lost their lives last year on the job.
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Rick. And thanks everybody who showed up today to support the colonels. I want to thank the colonels and the Hawkeye Labor Council and the Lynn County Veterans Affairs for allowing us the opportunity to read these names today. And thank Sarah and William and Coraline Wilkins for throwing out the first pitch. Workers' Memorial Day has always been personal to me because when I was 2 years old, my father fell 30 feet at the grain elevator that he worked at in Brooklyn, Iowa, and shattered his right leg and nearly became one of the statistics we are talking about here today. I also worked in a lot of dangerous jobs growing up and had work-related injuries myself, and that's why one day a year it's important that we pause and remember those who gave their lives for us. So the list that I'm reading is the list of those Iowans who died in work-related injuries this year. Craig Ossen, age 27, Dennis Alexander, 67. Tom Anderson, 48. Jeffrey Balk, 51. Doug Barkema, 51. Scott Baumgart, 33. Michael Birdsell, 23. Lawrence Brame Jr., 33. Paul Breeson Sr., 36. Cody Campbell, 28. Mark Chapman, 46. Michael Collins, 41. Donna Cosoletto, 59. Paul Davis, 30. Eric Gray, 36. Kevin Hammonds, 52. Nusrita Hidanovic, 40. Patricia Hyatt, 48. Jesse Inman, 29. Jim Kelly, 64. Dennis Connect, 60. Andy Lambert, 46. James Langholf, 50. Franklin Luttrell Sr., 78. William Mangrum, 37. Frank Mager II, 33. Jordan Monin, only 17 years of age. Jorge Morales, 35. Ashley Auckland, 27. Colleen Paradine, 53. Christopher Paulette, 33. Rochelle Perry, 23. Stephen Racy, 54. Terry Simmons, 46. Brian Stice, 30. Kenneth Thomas, 47. Mark Toney, 43. Roger Vonk, 54. Daniel Walsh, 60. Corey Wingate, 37. Thomas Windsor, 62. And Robert Wisman, 30. And the names of the following individuals who gave their lives serving us in the armed forces. Staff Sergeant Joseph Homsky, 28. Staff Sergeant James Justice, 32. Sergeant Brett Mayer, 31. Army Specialist Sean Muir, 26. Specialist Donald Nichols, 21. Army Captain Matthew Nielsen, 27. Sergeant First Class Terrell Pasker, 39. Marine Corporal Zachary Reif, 22. Sergeant Eric Stein, 39. And Navy SEAL John Tumelson, 35. I would ask you all to join me in a brief moment of silence, following which there will be a playing of taps, and we ask you to remove your hats and put your hand over your hearts during that important moment. So please join me for a moment of silence.